Hello. We heard about too many methods to help each other, especially in this quarantine. So today we're gonna give you a topic of a woman helps her neighbor in quarantine using the last method people suspected. Before you start, subscribe, like this video, and share it with all your friends. Under normal circumstances, a trip to the grocery store is a simple chore for everyone. However, things were far from normal to Karen Ivelev and her neighbor Rennie Hillman. In fact, things were far from normal for anyone because of the lockdown due to the threat of the coronavirus. Many people were struggling to find a sense of normalcy. Let anyone some groceries. Under government recommendations, no one was leaving their homes much, especially Rennie Hillman. For 17 years old, Rennie avoiding the grocery store was a matter of life and death. See, because of her age and medical conditions, she was at particular high risk during the coronavirus pandemic. Hillman has cough and heart problems. These underlying conditions combined with her age made it even more crucial for her to stay indoors and practice social distances to avoid the infectious virus. Of course, this presented some problems. With no family in the area, Hillman didn't know what to do. Luckily, her neighbor of 10 years had an idea after she saw a story on news about dogs comforting people in hospitals. I thought, wait a second, I have a dog that could help. Affiliate to CNN. She called up Hillman and offered to get her groceries, and she knew she was isolated and didn't have a way to re-up on much needed food. Evelyn headed home with groceries from Hillman. Instead of dropping them at the front door, she decided she would enlist a very special delivery method. This way, her elderly neighbor would get her groceries and an added bonus. This is where Elizabeth's 7 years old golden retriever's name. Sundance came into the picture. More than an adorable face. Retrievers are programmed too. Well, retriever things making them the fetch champions of the dog world. The pup brought over chicken, flour, vegetables, and pre-made meals in bowls for the older woman. All delivered with a smile for nothing but few pets. I like meals for her also, and Sundance brings back 2 empty bowls. Evelith told CNN. Every day we spend some time back and forth. He's just happy to do this job, Hillman said, and to see his favorite treat waiting for him after to complete his daily errands. Sundance is a born helper, even outside being Hillman's delivery boy. Sundance is not the only neighbor who has gone out of their way to check in on Hillman during a pandemic, but it's hard to believe he's the cutest. Along with her groceries, Sundance offers her something else that is just as important. Being completely isolated for weeks on the end can be damaging to one's mental health, especially in this time of crisis and anxiety. When Sundance arrives at Hillman's front door, even it's just for a moment. She has a companion. When a human connection is scarce, animals can be a much needed lifeline for many lonely people. Having a dog has been known to lower blood pressure and reduce stress and anxiety levels. During times of isolation or self isolation, many people have caught on this trick. While many of the majority shelters in cities like Los Angeles and New York City have closed, dogs and cats have been welcomed into the homes, and hundreds of thousands of Americans at an incredible rate. Much like the therapy dogs that have been used in hospitals or brought into universities during exam weeks. It is a well-known fact that dogs simply make every situation better with their wagging tails and enviable joy. As for Sundance, he's just doing what comes naturally. Of her personal hero, Hillman cannot help but Josh. When speaking of the golden retriever, she smiled and said, "He's a fun one." So, what if your groceries come with a little bit of slobber around the edges? Sounds or Sundance is just one of the many ways people around the world are coping with isolation and quarantine. This is the story of today. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with all your friends. Also, follow us on Instagram and Facebook accounts. See you next episode. Goodbye.